Hi, Virgo. This is Jess with your mid month October 2016 reading. I hope you guys are having an enjoyable day so far. So, Virgo, you're definitely still dealing with this love situation and basically overall life changes, okay? Life changes is happening in a very dramatic for some people and just yeah, pretty dramatic ways for some people. Virgos usually, you guys can kind of sift through things pretty quickly and move right along, like your first reading indicated, the beginning part of this month that I put out. You guys were just trekking along just fine, like, filling in the dot, crossing your T's and dotting your I's and moving right along. But I do see now that things are getting a little bit more intricate, if you will. So for some of you Virgos, I see that some of you have decided to move on from your job. And I know. I've been saying this for the longest time that, you guys are leaving. You've been looking to leave. You've been looking to leave. Well, until that is not most of the collective, then it still will come through as a reading. So I'm still at this place reading this. But there's a lot of shifts and changes that are happening for you guys. Some of you guys are going to start a new job. Those of you that has been looking for work, that has had such a trying time to look for work, you're going to start finding a job. Others of you that has had a long stretch of income coming in and everything's been going really fine. It's Life is starting to shift and change so that it's not really about work anymore for you, and it's starting to be more about love and your personal life. Okay, so there's a shift and a change. Okay, most of you that's been home a lot, you're going to start to get motivated, active, and start working basically. And those of you that has been lighting the candle at both ends and working really hard, you're going to start to get more in touch with your inner being, your spirituality, and your emotional self. Okay. So I do see that for some of you in the past, recently, some of you could have recently decided to leave your job, and some of you have lost your job. And I know I've been telling a lot of signs this, but that's what's happening. It's just a lot of endings and new beginnings all at the same time. And I feel like some of you have decided to really tap into what you want to do. So maybe working on a regular 9 to 5 is no longer an interest for you. And I feel like some of you have just decided to say, scrap it. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done with this. Okay. Um, and I feel like there's a sense of feeling kind of stuck because there was some unfair treatment at the workplace. So some of you could have gotten let go unfairly, okay? Because it looks like someone was gunning for you and they kind of accomplished what they were looking for. Now, you guys are very cunning and very strategic. So this person really had it out for you, for them to kind of get one up on Virgos, okay? But I do see that. And I see that as far as being able to, for those of you that is your circumstance and you've ended a situation, I feel like the mental hangups is over, although you're still dealing with the residual effects of not really having 100% footing of seeing things materialize for you just yet. And I feel like you're still feeling the sting of the unfair treatment that you've just received. But things will work out as they usually do for Virgos. It only takes but a matter of time. Clarity is coming for you guys, so that's definitely afoot. As far as being able to commit or get aligned with a company that you feel is most suitable for you, you may find that is a bit delayed. Okay, so that may not be happening within the month of October, but it could very well happen for you in the month of December. In 2 months, I feel it's going to take a little while for some of you. Now, or it could be 2 weeks. I'm sorry, it could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 2 months for some of you. Okay, and you're feeling stuck. You're feeling a little mentally frustrated by the situation, although you're doing your best to ease yourself and know and have hope that everything is going to work out. It may seem all a little bit too much to bear. I feel like someone could have lied on you guys, and really like just planted something or lied on you. There was a lot of deceit that took place. Someone really wanted to get rid of you, and some of you might saying, "I don't. Does not relate to me." So that's good. But I do see someone trying to hide something and deceiving someone. But I feel like the person that they tried to deceive, the person is very much aware of what's going on. Okay. So at the latter part of the month, I do see that a lot of you guys are going to, and I don't feel like it's necessarily the latter part of the month. I feel like this can go in well into November. So I feel like it could be up to the first 10 days of November that you guys are going to start to move forward. You will then get alignment, get a new job, start your own business if that's something that you've been wanting to get off the ground, but there's been some holdups with that. I feel like the red tape is going to get cut and you guys are going to be able to move forward. Okay. So if any of you had lost some monies through client sales, that sort of thing, you're going to find that in the month of October, particularly toward the end of the month, that things are restored. Okay, so restoration will be back up and running for you guys, and you'll get a lot of clarity. So don't feel dismayed for too long thinking that things aren't going to work out, because things are definitely moving back on track for you guys as we go into November. Now, as it relates to love for you guys, I do see that this reading was screaming, screaming, screaming love. Okay. So that's why that work and career part of it, it's probably going to be very specific to a small group of you, because this speaks more heavily to love. I do see that you guys are trying your best to get clarity. You guys have recently have dealt with, I feel like some of you have, energies have shifted through time. For my Virgo men, you were very much rooted in yourself. Like, okay, you're very practical. And you were accepting the end of that relationship. You accepted it. You moved on from it. Some of you could have been the ones that ended the relationship. So you ended the relationship. And I feel like you then morphed into more of a stern, authoritative energy. Because I feel like almost as if some of you started to feel that emotional feeling and said, nope, 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 I'm not going to do that. And you kind of cut yourself off emotionally to not feel those feelings. And now I feel like there's no hiding it. There's no running from it. It's almost as if it's like, okay, you have to deal with this. You have got to deal with it. Now, others of you, I do see that some of you could have very well been in a place where you wanted to reach out to someone. You start to have those old feelings about someone from your past. And I feel like there's a blockage there. Either you blocked the person that's been trying to connect with you, or you were blocked from being able to connect with someone. Because I do see that there is a slow movement in being able to reunite with someone. Okay. In the meantime, I do see that a lot of you are being patient. You're doing your best to try to wait. Although emotionally, I do see that there is some type of regret. There's some conflict, I feel, in the practicality of what you want versus how you feel in the month of October, going into November for you guys. So it's that head versus heart energy that you guys are dealing with. Now, I do see that a lot of things are changing by force. Okay, so endings have happened by force, either because you couldn't take it anymore and you said, you know what, something's got to change. I give up. I'm no longer going to throw my hat in. I'm done. I'm going to let this go. Okay. At least that's what you're telling your mind, and you're not making any efforts of moving any further. And that's why this reunion of sorts has brought all but stopped. It hasn't completely stopped for you, but there's definitely a slowdown, if you will. And I feel like with this time, you guys are trying to restore yourself. A lot of Virgos are, you guys are good in getting back on track as it relates to your health, as it relates to whatever is necessary for you. For some of you guys, it will be on a holistic level. So eating right and changing your diet and regimented ways that are more beneficial for you. Others of you, you may just throw yourself into work and say, you know what, I'm going to find another project. I'm going to find another thing to fix. Okay. Another problem to fix, another project to look at, something else you're just going to use to distract yourself in sorts. Subconsciously, that is, I feel like it's a bit of distraction because you kind of don't want to deal. While you know that you're kind of on the back burner or you're putting that situation on the back burner, it's like, okay, I need to nurture and cultivate something else that makes me happy. So whatever that is, and I feel like it's positive. It's not anything negative, okay? Because the reality is that there is this feeling stuck as to how do you get back aligned. That is the thing. Like, some of you have been mentally stuck. You may have been trying to do a lot of things to get yourself back in alignment, but still coming back to square one of not necessarily feeling as though you're there. Okay. And I feel like a lot of you are trying to figure out, how do you make this thing back right again? Okay. So I know I said in the last video that you guys were getting to a point where you're okay with letting that person go, letting that person in the past go, and there was someone new in your midst, and you were taking it really slow with that person, okay? But I feel like this is a totally different energy for a totally separate group of Virgos, okay? So if you guys are listening to this and saying, well, that's not what you said last the beginning of this month, and that's not my situation, I really resonated with the first video of this month, then know that this is just another group, okay? And I feel like for some of you, and it's strange to me because I feel like some of you are wanting to go back to someone. You're tired of playing the facade. You're done with the mental games, but you really still haven't 100% devised a real plan to change this around. Some of you want to go back to your previous marriage, so your ex-wife, ex-husband, okay? Some of you, so if this doesn't apply to you, then it doesn't, but some of you want that. Some of you have felt very much trapped in a circumstance in your past that you just felt did a number on you. Like, you were treated completely unfair. You could have felt like you were duped in the past. So there's some heavy betrayal issues. I feel mental hangups that some Virgos are dealing with and still having to sift through. Okay. Now, some of you are, I feel, wanting to go back to someone. You're wanting to, you're kind of wanting to communicate with someone even though you're with someone else. So you're with someone but you're wanting to kind of sneak off and align yourself with someone from your past. But that person that you're with is very sharp and they're watching you. And I think you realize that. And so you have to be very careful with just jumping up and wanting to leave. Because some of you just want to get up and go to wherever this person is and just, deal with that, because that's where your mind is right now. That's kind of where you feel like you need to face that and deal with that in order to be able to move on. And that person is like, no, absolutely not. So that is also slowing down this energy of being able to reconnect or connect with someone. I feel like for some of you Virgo men, you have definitely made a very solid offer, and you're very much committed, or at least you're invested in a woman that loves you very much. But even in that, you're going to go off. Like, you're like, okay, you're here and I'll be back. I'm coming back, but I have to go over here. So I feel like it's two different groups. For some Virgo men, they're trying to sneak off, and the woman's like, "Where are you going? What are you talking about? What are you doing?" You know, that type of thing. And you're trying to get over to this person that you feel you have a soulmate connection with, but because you can't make up enough, you know, schemes and scams, you're not going to be able to get over to that person because the person you're with is watching you like a hawk and questioning you. Now, others of you, you have someone in your midst that you really, really love, that really, really loves you, and you know you value that person and your relationship with them. But I feel like even in that, you're going to leave. Now, the first group that I was saying about the mate that is questioning you, I feel like that applies to Virgos that has a lot of air in their chart, so Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And the one that loves you greatly and you're still going to kind of go off, um, is the one that is for you Virgos that have fire in your chart, so Aries, Sagittarius, or Leo. Okay. And I feel like for my Virgo ladies, I feel very strongly there has recently been a divorce, or there's a process of a divorce. Some of you are going through the process of a divorce, okay? And maybe through this proceedings, things haven't necessarily been going your way. Now, this can go ladies and men. I know I started with ladies, but it can be ladies and men. Things haven't necessarily gone your way, and you have been in a very karmic relationship. It doesn't seem like things are going to go your way. Regarding these very first proceedings, doesn't seem to have worked in your favor, and now you feel stuck. You feel trapped, okay? As far as like, am I going to get what I deserve? Am I going to get, you know, what should be due to me? And I feel like you and your attorney is really trying to come up with just the right strategy in order for you to come out the victor, okay? But just know that this process is going to take some time. I don't feel like you're going to get the win, if you will, in the month of October. It will take some time, and with this energy, you would like for it to take some time. So don't rush anything. Be patient, and go with your intuition, okay? Go with what makes sense. Even when you guys are strategizing, you need to tap into your intuition to see and to connect with what is right, because you want to do things in the most moralistic way possible, okay? Now, as it relates to the latter part of October, I feel like there is going to be money is going to be good for you guys. So things, like I said, are going to pick up. I feel like some of you are going to be getting aligned with new career opportunities. It may require for some of you to travel. As it relates for love, I feel like there's going to be a going after someone. Okay. So it's like, I'm getting a strange energy of like when I first laid these cards out, it was really clear and really simple, where it's like you want to be with someone, but it's not necessary. But you know, it's all about timing. It's about timing with this person, and you feel trapped because you feel stuck and trapped because you want it now. Like you just want that love now, but you know you have to wait, and you really don't want to wait. You want it now. Some of you, that also applies to new people in your life. So you're kind of ready to move forward, but at the same time, you can't. Like mentally, you're just like, I can't. Even though my heart is starting to sing a little, I just can't like that. You know what I mean? And therefore, there will be that slowing down of this togetherness with one another. Okay. And let the process happen. Okay, this is good for you to let it sift through as it needs to. And I feel like there's going to be some type of committing yourself to this, like, person, process, this whole thing, like being able to move forward. So whatever you guys are feeling, you feeling this mental craziness right now. As we get toward the latter part of October, going in 9 days to 10 days into November, things will shift, and you guys are going to be really ready to move forward. Okay. And yeah, some of you are really going to be able to move forward. I do see travel, and I keep seeing that for um, a lot of signs. So some of you are going to want to go to that person. That it's almost as if it's like, okay, there is a going back. There is a going to, I should say, not necessarily going back, but it is a going to. And I do see visits. So if someone's is at a distance from you, I do see some type of traveling. Okay, so that's what I have for you for the month of October, the remaining month. Going into November, definitely. So we'll see what comes up then. If this relates to you, leave a comment below, share with us. And if you are new to this channel, welcome and subscribe, because I will be back very soon with another one. Take care, Virgo.